Hello, my makeup loving friends. So, an entire month has passed, and I am a smidge late in getting around to this, but good things come to those who wait. We are essentially going through all of September's new releases, announcements, launches, etc., and I am picking out what I think are the 10 most interesting launches slash releases. So, bear with me. One of the first things that was announced early on in September was Natasha Denona's holiday palette. So she had a little mini gold palette which is being made in conjunction with the larger gold palette which I do own, and I like Natasha Denona, and the colours of that were really nice. It was like a khaki green warm sort of thing. We all know how I feel about green, so I did really like this. She also has the Gold Glow Shimmer Duo, which I find really interesting, and I would like to try that, but I think with my skin tone it probably would not look that great. I'm a bit too pale. It would probably look beautiful on darker skin tones. Hourglass also came out with some of their Christmas stuff, and again I did a little bit of a double take because they had their ambient lighting ghost palette, and it comes with some blushes and some sort of highlights and bronzers, and I think it looks really, really pretty. I like the colours of it. I have one Hourglass bronzer and I really like it, and I have the Hourglass foundation, and I've heard nothing but good things about their face products, so I would really, really, really like to try it. The one thing that I have to say about it is the packaging looks a bit kind of cheap, but I still think it's interesting, so I do want to try it. I thought this was a really fun launch because I am a Harry Potter fan, love Harry Potter, and Graceful Nail Polish released their Muggle Alchemy collection, and all of the nail polishes were directly inspired by references to the story. So there were things like potion number 5, which was like linked to the Polyjuice potion, Draco, our hero, Golden Catch, 9 3/4, obviously being platform 9 3/4, Dora, Moony, Pensive, Goblin Gold. I just think they're really cool. I don't really wear nail polish that often. I need to do it a bit more, but if I was a regular nail polish wearer, I probably would have bought quite a few things from that. I thought that was quite cool. I also love the film Beetlejuice, and this is why I thought that this release was really quite interesting. It's by Shop Peachy Queen, and they came out with their Never Trust the Living palette, and the colour story is really interesting because I like a colourful eyeshadow palette, but I loved the very clear little nods towards the film. Like there were colours there that I could almost see directly coming from the film, so I thought that was really cool and really, really interesting. And I am thinking about getting that at some point. I did find that really interesting. Huda also came out with some Power Bullet throwbacks, and you can totally tell when you're looking at the range, it is so 90s inspired. You know, that dark kind of nude lip is coming back even more so than it was before, and there's one shade in particular that I'm really, really interested in, and it's called Dirty 30, and it's just this really dark kind of mauvey brown, and I'm really gravitating towards darker lip colours at the moment, so my poor little beating heart is really going for that. I think that was really nice. Anastasia Beverly Hills really came at us this month. There has been a lot of launches, releases, collaborations, and I did find quite a few of them quite interesting. The first one that I found interesting was, obviously I'm not including volume 1 because that was in August that got released, so I'm talking about volume 2. I saw the greens in it and I'm just like, I like that. That's really pretty, and it's just, the colour story is really bright, it's really vibrant. I really like it, but of course then number 3 came out, and that also has me kind of doing a little bit of a double take as well, but I know that it's not that there are dupes of the colours, but you could totally see how they were connected to each other, and would it necessarily be smart to get palettes 2 and 3? I do. I still want palettes 2 and 3 because I have a problem, but I did find that really, really interesting. They also came out with some glitters, so 10 different glitters, and there's one in particular, it's like this bluey, greeny, tealy one that I'm like, that looks really, really pretty. But I know I probably wouldn't use it because I have quite a few glitters and I only use them sometimes, so I couldn't really justify spending $15, so that'd be about a 13-ish euro for that. So I'm admiring them from afar, essentially. It's like I said, Anastasia really, really came for me this month, and I've managed to kind of stay fairly resolute, mostly because I cannot afford to buy anything right now. New job, new country, starting everything off in that sense. So I can't put money towards those sort of things yet. There are some things that I've been eyeing in terms of this week's makeup releases, which I should have up Saturday or Sunday, that are testing my resolve. The next thing I found that was really, really interesting was a collaboration between BH Cosmetics and Alicia Marie. There's not been much from BH Cosmetics that has made me kind of go, ooh, that's interesting, but their 1991 palette really strangely spoke to me, even though it is kind of neutral but with pops of purple. I really like that, and it's €22.50, and it launched at the very end of September. I think it was September 25th. So I am kind of thinking of getting it at some point, but I might look towards, whether it'll come to Beauty Bay and I can get it that way. I think it looks really nice. I'd like to see some reviews. The colour story is really, really interesting to me. Lime Crime also came out with a ton of holiday stuff, and there were whole sections of that I was quite interested in. Now, I've tried their liquid lip formula and I really enjoy it. I like the matte liquid lip. I think it's quite nice. Obviously not as comfortable as a bullet, but it's great in terms of longevity, and I'm in a job where I'm up and talking all the time, so I need something that has a fair amount of longevity. And they have their Bestsellers Mini Velveteens lip set for $69, and it has a lot of the colours like, and that is my cat Cece. She's quite insistent. And it has colours like Bleached Feelings, Red Rose, Red Velvet, Pumpkin, Riot, Cashmere, Wicked, Teddy Bear and Saint. And I have a little mini of Pumpkin, but I don't have the rest. So I would quite like that. They also have like a smaller version where you have, I think it's 5 of them. So it's Saffron, Cindy, New Americana, Rustic and Lulu. So I'm a little bit more interested in the bigger set than in the smaller set, but I've been looking at those things. So for me, that was 10 of the most interesting things that were launched or announced during September, and I would love to hear what you guys think. Do you agree? Were there things that I didn't talk about that you were like, no, Teresa, that was super obvious. Why did you not talk about this? This was the interesting thing. So as always, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, do whatever you want to do, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!